The first impressions of this film are not good. It's not. It wasn't to my liking. It was exactly what I did not like about Haya. Just too many movies like that. And then I gave it more of a chance, and it won me over. It actually did win me over time. I was like, oh, it's better. It's much better than I thought it was going to be. It's not state of the art movie making, but it's, the story's interesting. The characters are, they're okay. They're well worth sticking with. And I will say I was pretty impressed because it impressed me that this was actually a Chinese film, because some of the subject matter isn't what I normally expected from mainland China. So I don't know what your thoughts were when you're watching this. Like, it took me by surprise.
Yes, so I had very similar sentiments where the first maybe 10 to 15 minutes I was just sitting with it trying to think, okay, what is this? Just another direct-to-web Chinese film. And as I started to get into it more, I started to realize, oh, this is a competent director. This person knows what they want stylistically and with the story. And I think the strongest thing about this movie is the look. It's very drab, very muted in tone, but the lighting is excellent. Mm-hmm. And the shot composition is really nice. Everything it looks good. It's weird because sometimes you get these direct-to-web Chinese films, and yes, they all have these nice sets sometimes because they're just all built, and all these directors can just have access to use them. But then sometimes they just don't know how to shoot it well enough.
Yeah.
They don't know where to put the camera. They don't know how to light it. And then you get something like this, and this seems like a movie that you would watch in theaters. This doesn't seem like it's a waste of time to sit in front of, like on your phone, like while you're on the subway or something like that.
Sure.
This was nice, just sit down and watch. So I was kind of surprised by that aspect of it.
A lot of things that the movie does right. Let's talk about the story really quickly so we can just kind of talk about the praises a little bit more. It's about the two families, the Zhou and the Zhang. So our lead actor, Xu Fangzhou, playing Zhou Feng, is obviously in the Zhou side of the crime family. And then he is opposite of an adopted son of I guess you can call it like a rival. Essentially what happens is that there's cross-betrayal going on in between everything, and the multiple crime families are being picked off one by one. But there's one of the biological sons of the Zhang family, played by Zheng Yu Yang. I don't speak Mandarin, so that's my best pronunciation of there.
Zheng Yu Yang is the character's name.
Oh, played by Chen Junxi. Obviously, God. Obviously. How did I mess that up? He is the comically evil, nerdy villain who is conspiring to... one, he's trying to get his daddy's approval, but two, he's trying to open up and get all of Shanghai to open up to the opium trade, even though it's not to the wishes of everyone else. That was like a really roundabout way of explaining the whole story, but yeah, I think that's everything. Did I miss anything?
That's essentially it. There is an upcoming election amongst the mob boss leaders, and so there's a lot of conspiracy going on. There's a lot of backworking deals and betrayals because one family is in the running to become the next leaders, and then the other family doesn't want that to happen. So there's lots of infighting going on amongst all these different crime families.
Mm-hmm.
这一环套一环，明显就是郑文哲做的出来。
I think what's kind of hilarious is the biological son of the other family. He's such a great villain because he's such a little prick the whole time. Like as kind of over the top he is with his acting, Chen Zhenxi, you just want to punch him in the face, and that's what you want out of this guy. He's so dastardly and conniving. He's just a brat that you just can't wait to get his due at the end.
Yeah, you gotta love the comically written, cowardly character. And it takes a minute, but you stick with the movie because you want to see his comeuppance, and it doesn't happen for a very long time, and you see kind of how the whole family kind of spirals downwards because of his actions.
I think I was really surprised by the action in that this didn't seem like it was a mainland Chinese action movie. I mean, it's not really action. This is more so organized crime drama, really, with action sprinkled throughout, fight scenes sprinkled throughout. But I didn't see Chinese martial arts in lots of the choreography. And I think that was kind of nice because I was expecting it to be. This felt very dirty, very Street Fighter, very kind of sloppy almost. Lots of haymakers, lots of just over-the-shoulder throws and pushing and dodging. You don't see beautiful spinning kicks. You don't see any trapping.
Flips.
Yeah, no flips, no trapping with the hands. It's just lots of wild swings with the axe or with the knife. So it was nice because it was different, but I don't know if I could say I liked the action. I think it worked in the story, and I think the story was strong enough that I was rooting for the characters to overcome when they were getting into the fight scenes, but I didn't necessarily like the choreography.
And I was surprised that they were able to get away with the level of violence that they actually do have in the film. But it's never to the point where it's gratuitous. In fact, because it straddles a really fine line of being clever with Chinese censorship, right? There's never excessive gore, but or blood. You just always imply that because it's always cutting right before you actually see anything, and you're just implying like someone got hurt. I thought
there's so many blood spit takes in this.
Yeah.
I wonder if that is okay with Chinese censors, but you can't really show so much up close stabbing or slicing. So they're like, all right, well, let's just have everybody do these blood spit takes. I started noticing that, like on the cut, on the edit. Somebody will do the spit take, and I was like, I'm starting to notice this. You know what was crazy? I was watching this, and once you start getting into it, once the story starts unfolding and you start to see how the families are just kind of going back and forth at each other, the pacing gets really quick, and you don't really get to spend a lot of time with people. And I found myself thinking, oh my god, I think this needs to be longer.
Oh no, Zero. No, don't be saying that. Don't be saying that.
No, because I just needed a little more time with the characters in the beginning, because once things start to get going, like I was having trouble keeping up with the names. That's what was it for me. Like keeping up with the names and then keeping up with the faces, and I thought, oh no, do I need 15 more minutes? Do I just need a little more establishment shots? Because once the scene is over, it's done. There's no lingering in shots at all. There's no lingering with emotions or dwelling on any sort of thought. The editor just went, nope, we're done here, we're done here, and he cut out everything. And that's generally what we want. But it's funny, in a story like this, where it's very character driven or character motivation driven, I started to think, oh no, is this the first time I'm going to say we need more time?
That's the mob.
Yeah, and that's the review. Hey,
Yeah, basically, this is a fast one, but that's basically the film. It's an easy watch. I think it's very easy to sit through.
Minus those first, those first couple minutes where you're just trying to understand, okay, who are these people? How is everyone connected? But once you understand whose side everybody's on, you're just like, oh, okay, great. I know people are at war in this organized crime syndicate, and just go from there. I found myself really getting sucked into it, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I really don't have much else to add. Easy film to recommend just because it's easy to sit through. And the only complaint I have is because there's so much information being packed. Any sort of filler in the movie is completely unnecessary, and you should remove that so you can have more of what you just mentioned. But in the very, very beginning, the first couple seconds in the film, just random people are fighting on the streets, like 6-on-6 people, a group of 6 versus another group of 6. They're fighting, and then their fight gets interrupted by dudes walking in with umbrellas.
You're right.
And it's like, wait, why did we? But it turns out that those 12 people are fighting in the very beginning of the movie. They're not important to the story at all. So it was like a bait and switch for no reason.
Yeah, that was weird. That had absolutely nothing to do with the movie.
That could have bought you another 5 minutes of the film, Zero.
That's true. Yeah, get rid of the filler fights. We don't want them. I want more interesting stuff with these characters.
Yes.
多看看书，这对你有好处。有正义一样的命。